Hey there, Libra Sun, Libra Moon, Libra Rising. It's Maggie from Moon Directed. Welcome to my channel. Here we work with the energy of the moon mostly to see how we can best utilize it to move our life forward in the most positive way possible. Today we are going to cover the energies that are surrounding November 2nd through November 8th, 2020. We're nearing the end of it, right? Finally, right? It's been a rough year. Not gonna lie, year of changes, lots of things going on. Oh, before I forget, can you hit the thumbs up button? Show me a little bit of love. Spread that. I done plug. Spread that love around. Hit the subscribe. Hit the notification bell. You will know when I upload a video to your channel. So we just had Libra in your, gosh, what would that be? Taurus for Libra. Would be in your 8th house of transformation. Ooh, that full moon just happened in your 8th house of transformation. It was a blue moon, second full moon of the calendar month of October, right? And it was a super moon. It was super big and close to the earth. You could see it, you could feel it. You could really feel that energy, right? And it was that hugeness to it. So, all right. Something in your life definitely has been transforming. The energy really shifted around Libra during your new moon, which was, I think, on the 16th of last month. So now you are in your second house time, especially if you are Libra rising. This is your second house of what you value: self-esteem, self-worth, self-value, monetary value things. And so some of that stuff was being also because 8th house also represents other people's money. So financial issues might have came up. That energy of what I value about me and what others do, and how do I move my life in a different direction and making some choices. So let's get your overall energy for the week. Oh, geez Louise. I don't really like this. Smoke and mirrors. You have smoke and mirrors. You have smoke and mirrors. Not everything is what you think it is. Not everything is what it seems to be. I want to get a little clarification, if we can, on what arena of your life are you seeing smoke and mirrors about? Because with this energy in your second house of what you value, are you pretending to be something you're not? Are people around you pretending to be something they're not? Your clarification card was marriage. Smoke and mirrors is 4 plus 2 is 6. That's soulmate energy. Let's just see what we get. Seeing through the lens of past conditioning, the inability to recognize the truth of what is being offered, healing from misguided perceptions, moving beyond the illusion of separation, being accountable for your biases and the way you view the world. We are actually built to view the world inaccurately. Our 5 senses tell us we are separate from one another. We are conditioned to see time as linear. This creates a consciousness of delineation, separation, and finality. We have an innate fear that what we see is all there is. Although we know deep down there is more, we are suspicious of it. Oh, our fear of death results from this kind of a perception. The entire world is a construct of smoke and mirrors, and our job is to discover the truth that lies behind this illusion. Discovering what is at the frontiers of science aligns with what the scientists have known. What the ancients have known. At the atomic level, we are blinking lights in empty space. Consciousness is fundamental. Time can be bent, and we are eternal. Ask yourself if what you see is really just what you're looking for. We are definitely talking about relationship stuff here that has something to do with how you value yourself and what it is you think you deserve, and you are going to attract to you what you feel you deserve. You are going to have the kind of relationship that you believe you deserve. And so believing that you deserve the best kind of a relationship, one that is supportive, one that is balanced, one that is loving, one that is giving and receiving. Because Libra, you do like to give, but I think there's an accounting that happens in your head of, well, I've done this 4 times for them. What have they done in return that's of equal value? And it's usually like, it's almost like accounting that's going on in your head. Now, it could be, some of you may count it as weight of the value. So, but some of you, it's like tit for tat kind of accounting that goes on, either in the positive or the negative. Every day you remind yourself that you are intrinsically connected to all life. The universe needs you to learn about it. You have within you the extraordinary magic with which to co-create life beyond your wildest expectations today. Trust the inner voice that reminds you that you will truly find what you seek and more, even if the outer conditions appear to challenge that. It is all smoke and mirrors. Things are not exactly as they seem. There feels like there's 2 kinds of energies around this. These are the ones who are worried that the relationship you're in is going to be just like every other relationship you were in that didn't work out. And there are those of you who are blinded to the truth of a situation where you should be paying a little closer attention to what's going on. You'll have to decide who you are. If you're the suspicious one, then you know which one you are, right? If you're the trusting one, then you know you should be looking a little deeper. What it feels like is that the voices in your head from your childhood are rearing their ugly voices, saying that you're not good enough. You need to do this better. You need to do that better. You weren't brave enough. You weren't strong enough. You weren't giving enough. You weren't. I feel this like, this feels like a self-esteem issue. And so no matter how many times your partner's like, no, I think you're amazing, you think, are they just saying that? Do they really mean that? Do they really think that? Or oftentimes the things we don't like about ourselves, we tend to judge in other people. So if you think that, if you think you don't work hard enough, then you might look at your partner and say, I don't think they're working very hard. You'll notice the things you don't like. Balancing the scales. I just saw the Judgment card. Okay. Not the Judgment card, the Justice card. I want to see what the Moonology cards have to say about the situation here. I'd love to get into the week, but let's go through this first, because this feels really intense and very important. You guys had a really, that energy around that new moon for you guys was really tough. Okay, so what you have is, what do you need to release? It was a full moon. So what do you need to release? What do you need to let go of? This is actually the waning moon card, which means it's after the full moon. It is in the process of what do you need to release? What do you need to let go of? So is it judgments of yourself? Is it judgments of others? Is it negative expectations? Is it an unrealistic view of this relationship? Because we have marriage. So this is someone either you are married to, someone you were married to in the past, or somebody you're considering being married to. And there is a lot of negative energy that is surrounding this situation, but it seems like it's coming from you and your past issues. And how do you deal with them? How do you find what it is you need? And so when that moon moves into Gemini, that's in your 9th house of connection to spirit. It's also long distance travel, but it's also higher knowledge. And I think long distance travel feels less likely right now as an option. So it's about finding your voice and speaking your truth was what I got for that moon in Gemini. And so I think this is speaking your truth to yourself. Just having those conversations with your higher self, acknowledging the parts where you're like, this is accepting, oh, we're in Scorpio season. This is about accepting the shadow side of yourself and going, wow, that's not so bad. I love me unconditionally. I accept me. I forgive me. And I have all these really great qualities. Like, yeah, I'm not perfect, but I have all these really great qualities. And so I take the good and I take the bad. I take them both, and there I have the facts of life. Sorry. Poor Gloria Loring's going, what? Okay, so but that's true. You take the good, you take the bad. You take them both. That's finding the balance. Because this moon in Gemini is asking you to find the balance. It is asking you to find the balance. Where's the joy inside of you? And how do you balance out your life and bring that joy in? So you have move in a new direction. Now, for some of you, it could be long distance travel. Like you're moving. You're moving out of where you live. You're moving to a new place. But for some of you, this is moving in a direction, a different direction of the way you think about yourself. And therefore, how you think about relationships. It starts with how you feel about yourself and how you think about yourself in order to get there. So what do you need to release? Now, for some of you, what do you need to release? Like, what do you need to let go because you have too much baggage to move with you in a physical move? And what kind of baggage do you need to let go because you're doing an emotional move? It's house cleaning time. House cleaning physically, mentally, emotionally, metaphorically, however you want to look at that. There is a need to, over the course of the next 2 weeks before we get to the new moon in Gemini, the new moon in Scorpio, like the 14th, the 15th, depending on where you are in the world. When you set those intentions about what kind of seeds you want to plant, about your self-respect, your self-esteem, your self-worth, finances. So to get to that energy, first you need to clear some space for those seeds to grow. It is kind of like going out into the garden, and here's what I'm seeing. I'm seeing somebody in the springtime going out and pulling up the dead plants, debris, like from the peas. I actually see peas being pulled up. Okay, so it's like these peas, and so the roots aren't really that deep on some of it, until you hit like the ragweed plant that has that freaking deep root, and that one you got to get out too. So yeah, it's easy to get rid of the stuff that's in the shallow roots, but to get out the thorny thing, ragweed, if you've ever pulled ragweed, a weed, oh my gosh, you have to wear gloves, and you can't just wear any gloves. You have to wear like thick construction gloves, because gardening gloves, that stuff just goes right on through, and it's got all these little needles, and if you get it when it's little, it doesn't hurt so much. You can pull it out with just regular gloves. But if it's had a couple months to grow, and it grows super fast, and it shoots the taproot down really deep, and you have to pull and pull, and you'll think you get it out, and it'll have broken off, and it's going to come back. So it's kind of almost like you need to dig deep, really dig down deep, and get to the root of the matter, and weed the garden of your self-esteem, so that you can plant the peas. Peas grow quickly. Peas and carrots, they just said. Okay, so peas and carrots. Okay, so in a relationship, peas and carrots. Okay, I get it. I hear you. So peas and carrots in a relationship, this would be two different kinds of things. So this would be you and somebody else. And carrots bring peas bring the nitrogen that the carrots need in order to grow. And then the carrots bring something that helps the peas grow. They grow better together. Like you can plant them separately, but when they're synergistically planted next to each other, they grow better. They grow stronger. But if there's weeds in there sucking up the nutrients, taking the good stuff out of the soil, then it doesn't help them, and they both wither and die. So you need to get into your garden and really root out the thing that thing that's not true, that story you tell yourself that is probably embedded from childhood, so that you can move forward into a new direction when it comes to a relationship. Now, this could be a relationship you actually know about, or it could be the one on the horizon. Because unless you dig through your garden and clear that crap out of there, it doesn't matter if you're in a current relationship or there's one around the corner. It needs good, healthy soil to grow in. Okay, we're moving on. All right, so Tuesday, Mercury stations direct at 12:50 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, because it is no longer daylight savings time. I'm super sad. And then on Wednesday, the moon is going to move into Cancer at 4:45 p.m. And so Wednesday evening through Friday night for most of the world, this is moon in Cancer is about, it's 2 days where you really get to the opportunity to feel into what it is that you really want, and picking your dream, following your gut, and setting a healthy boundary about it. Okay, so you have sharks. It's number 11. Okay, it's a doorway. Persistent drive through the doorway. Today, as I'm recording, it is November 1st. We're in the doorway, right? Pushing through. We're actually in the doorway to the age of Aquarius. That's coming up pretty quick here. But there is this need for you to persistent drive through to get to your desires. It is about where's the beauty and the joy in your life. And remembering that what you cut back will grow back. You're resilient. And what you cut will grow back. So again, you have to root out a ragweed. You have to go deep for the things you don't want to grow back. And the things that you cut back, you're offering opportunity for them to grow and be more resilient. And there is wisdom to be learned from these experiences, right? Every experience provides an opportunity to learn something. So see what you desire and move toward the goal. The Traveler. Move in a new direction. Move toward the goal. It is time to zero in on your purpose. Use your intuition and instincts to guide you for the optimal outcome. Now, this stuff is all happening in your 10th house of career. Cancer is your 10th house of career. And so it could be a career move that you have coming up. Doesn't have to be about a relationship. It's just that the mirror showed up. I mean, the marriage showed up. Marriage can also be a contract or a commitment. So it could be a job opportunity that has a contract that you have to sign. Saturday, the moon is going to move into Leo. That is very nice energy for you, but it's about stepping into your personal power. It is an opportunity for you to count your blessings, to truly be grateful for the good things in your life, and to allow yourself to feel safe and protected by the divine. There's something really big happening. I don't have to tell you what it is, because you know. Whatever it is, it's this persistent drive. That means you are going to have to energize your own self. You're going to have to fuel your own fire in order to move it forward. A shark does not stop moving. Even when it's sleeping, it's moving. I'm not suggesting that you work 24/7, but I am suggesting that in your wake time, you do the work. Wow, and the work definitely feels like it's heart-related now. Okay, so let's go back to the ragweed. Persistent drive. Believe me, you got to dig a lot deeper than you think you're going to when you start going after that route to get to it. Because you have the castle. It is time for healing, not war. You are protected. This is about the fighting spirit of resilience. About looking around a situation going, what did I learn? What is good? What did I figure out? What do I need to release? What was smoke and mirrors? And what is real? It is a week of discerning, of seeing through the smoke, because look, all the smoke in this one too. You're going to have to see through the smoke, through the debris to figure out what needs to happen. And I can't help but think that here in the United States, we have, by the time we get to the weekend, hopefully we have an outcome from the election. And this right here kind of looks like, you know, a time for healing, not war. It's just, that's kind of crazy right there. Yeah, there's something that is going to need a little bit more diving deep on yourself to figure out what you want. I'm going to get you guys a color card too. I just feel like you need one final message for the week to really wrap things up here and tie it up in a nice little bow for you. So Spirit, can I have a card for Libra Sun, Libra Moon, Libra Rising? You should always check out your Sun, Moon, and Rising. Because your Sun sign, that is the core of you. That's how you view the world. But your Rising sign is how you interact with the world. And that's how the world's going to view you. And your Moon sign is how you're going to feel your way through the world. How do things make you feel? I said one, and I knew that that wasn't going to be the answer. Because you have a lilac. Strengthen your faith, and I think this is your faith in yourself and your faith in your dreams and the faith in the goals that you're heading for, because you're going to need persistent drive to get there. And we also have green, revitalize your nervous system. That's this. It is time for healing, not war. So if you need to step back from new commitments, if you can cut back on how much time you're out and about being Libra, very social, and give yourself a little space to do some deep healing work, I highly recommend that. Saltwater bath, soak would be really good for you. All right, you guys take care. I will see you back here on Monday. I'm back to doing the weeklies per sign. I have a lot more energy, and I'm kind of excited about that. All right, I will see you then. You guys take care. We'll talk soon.